Right now, here is part of Smooth Breakfast with Ayo.
And Valentine.
And on the locker room, we talk sports with Tega. Tega Supreme. Good morning, Tega.
Good morning.
Bright and early this Monday morning, Lagos. Sending your messages through WhatsApp 0809
And you can also send a tweet to us at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981. And guess what? We're streaming live. So please go onto YouTube and search Smooth981FM Lagos and you will find us. We're live there. See what we're looking like. See what we're looking like on a Monday morning. And most importantly, catch all the action.
And leave a comment. Lagos, let's start with the Super Eagles story. Super Eagles manager Gunnar Rohr has defended his decision to hand maiden call-ups to striker Paul Onuachu and defender Valentine Ohu for the upcoming games against Seychelles and Egypt. On Onuachu, Rohr said he has the experience of Europe at the height of his 24 years. His size is obviously his strength when he's and the beautiful goals, he said, scored in the Danish championship. This is another profile for us in attack. Explaining the choice of Ozornwafor, the German tactician stated, I expect this player to bring his freshness, his physical strength, and technical quality left-handed. It also offers us an additional option since we have a lot of right-handed advocates. I saw him in Niger at the CAN, that's the African Cup of Nations, right?
Yeah.
And I like the aerial game, he said.
Okay, so he's good news. He called another outfield player that is home based. Let's clap for him. He tried one. He tried. I was expecting to see a lot more, but he tried to bring one person. I don't know what the questions are about though. Nigeria has already qualified for the Nations Cup, barring any unforeseen circumstances. I think Rohr pretty much knows his core starting 11 and then the add-on. So what he really needs right now is a team that he can get one or two X factors from. And so him inviting players from far and wide, I don't know what the question is about. He shouldn't even be a bother. But I guess at the end of the day, people always question, why did you not call him here, Nacho? Why did you snub Mikel? Why did you do this? Why? And these are the same people that be saying, but this game, you shouldn't be really calling the stars. You should be using home-based players. Yeah. It's just like, guys, pick a struggle. So he's called who he's called, and he's given his reasons. I guess he's going to try and sort out what he needs. Okay. But ultimately, it's a good team. Nigeria doesn't really need to win the game. We just need to play this game and look for extra or new players for the Super Eagles. So that's just fine.
All right, move on to this one. Tennis. Serena illness retires from India-Wales match. Did you get what I did there?
Yeah, Serena illness. Okay.
You guys would laugh. Right, Serena Williams returned to tennis after a 5-week break, ended early with her retiring from the BNP Paribas Open because of a viral illness yesterday. Williams raced to a 3-0 lead over two-time major champion Gabin Muguruza in their third-round match before dropping 6 consecutive games and the first set 6-3. Williams said, by the score, it might have looked like I started well, but I was not feeling at all well physically. Before the match, I did not feel great, and then it just got worse with every second, extreme dizziness and extreme fatigue. Then she goes on to conclude, I'll focus on getting better and start preparing for Miami.
Are we expecting another one? Because, well, she's not living with her brother, so let's not be saying all these things.
In
but
9 months' time.
Spoken like a typical Nigerian woman.
Because that's exactly what I thought when I just saw her shaking her head, and I was like, this girl.
What have you done?
This girl. We know what you did last month. Anyways, but what it is was, she really wasn't feeling well. At first, it just looked like an ordinary flu. Maybe she thought she could brave it. Yes. She was playing very well, but you know how it is. She just did not get herself back together. So it was obviously something she should have even withdrawn from the game before she started. But I think she felt, Serena Williams, superwoman, I can do this.
Right.
It wasn't to be so. So Gabin Muguruza will be excited. I came back into the game slowly. You did not come back. The girl was sick. and dropped games and you won this one. Don't use this match to say that you were great. Just know that you've scaled through this hurdle. You're lucky, moving on to the next one. So it doesn't look good. Serena is not getting as many matches as she thought she would get. First of all, the sisters had to pull out from the doubles, and now she's pulling out of the singles because she's ill. So I think her body has been feeling it for a while, which is why she pulled out. I think just a few days before the Indian Wells that, you know what, sisters, let's not do this. So I guess at the end of the day, she's not playing this. But on the men's side, no real. Well, some big names have fallen. Tsitsipas has fallen. He was beaten by Ogier Aliassime from Canada, whose father was originally from Togo. You know, I have to put the African flavor. And then Nick Kyrgios was also beaten. Yes.
No.
Yes. I was so glad.
How would you be? It makes it interesting, though.
Yeah, the person beat him to make it interesting too. We've laughed, we've clapped, we've moved on.
Yes.
But the big boys are still going strong. Roger struggled a little bit in the second set yesterday, but he made it through. Djokovic looked a little rusty in his first set. He hasn't played since the Australian Open, so no surprises there. But he ended up making an easy game out of Fratangelo. So as it is right now, it's just round two, nothing really major. I think it's when he starts getting to the quarterfinals and the rest that we'll now start seeing the big boys play each other. That's when the big matches are.
That's what we wait for. All right, so let's move on now to this next story about Real Madrid. They finally got some respite after a harrowing week by beating Real Valladolid 4-1 in an action-packed game in La Liga on Sunday. But there was a strong sense that it was Santiago Solari's last stand as the club's coach. When he was asked if the Valladolid game was his last in charge, Solari said, "I cannot make that assessment myself. I'll just dedicate myself to working. We'll continue to work as usual. It is normal that there's plenty of noise around the club after the week we've had, but we have the same spirit as always to work towards our next game and try to earn all the points we can."
Why does he keep saying after the week he had, like the week has not been damaging enough? Right now, Real Madrid is just playing friendlies. This is March. They are playing friendlies. Out of Copa del Rey, out of UEFA Champions League, out of the La Liga, because they are 12 points behind Barcelona. I don't see the catching up.
Why it seems like they're being careful.
The season is over. They might as well go on a break now. So, but what it is, it is beginning to look like he's not coming back. There were reports that Zinedine Zidane was contacted and he rejected a return. I don't know why they even tried. Zinedine Zidane
is Cristiano Ronaldo coming back?
Zinedine Zidane is not even that kind of person that plays. Like he doesn't. You don't get a second chance with him. So I don't know why Perez tried that.
You're desperate.
No, don't be desperate. Like, you can be desperate, but don't be silly.
Try.
He was not coming back, and so it looks bad. There are also rumors that Jose Mourinho is going to come back to Real Madrid, but that's how bad the situation is for Solari as it is. So I understand why he cannot guarantee you that he'll be here next season, or maybe even next month, because what it is that their season is practically over. But they can push to go to Europe. That's all they can fight for. Just to stay in top four. That's the only thing to fight for. Barcelona, on the other hand, had a tricky weekend, but they managed to scale through, got all 3 points. Same thing with Atletico Madrid. But it was strange for me for Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Barcelona did not have a good result against Lyon in the first leg. They're playing midweek, but they started their big name players, all their big name players. So for against a very Vallecano side, yes, it's a tricky opponent, but didn't need that much Arsenal to play against. On the other hand, for Atletico Madrid, I understood why they needed to keep up the pace with Barcelona, but I don't see why their big name stayed on the pitch till the end, knowing that they're playing against Juventus midweek. So I don't know how this pressure of the La Liga would turn out against the teams or for the teams on midweek, but that is left to be seen.
All right.
Okay, we'll take some message. Well, we have a message actually from YouTube, and Tega, Emeka John wants to see your face. So please, can you move closer this They can see your face on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Go and check on my social media page.
If you'd like to see her face, you can go onto our YouTube page right now. Go on, search on YouTube, Smooth 981 FM, and you get to see all the action in the studio.
Let's take a break, Lagos. You're listening to The Locker Room here here on Smooth 98.1. We'll be back with more stories right after this.
Sorry, it's after the break. That's
Yes.
so I saw you signaling.
Okay.
My radio is my all-day companion, and I take it with me wherever I go.
Okay.
From the house to the car to school drop-offs.
So now we go to the Premier League, and then Tega has a mention for you. Do you understand? So we're going to the Premier League, but Tega has.
Yes.
Oh, do we have to cue you in?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cue me in.
see, this guy is saying something about YouTube stream.
You see, bad now. They want to see your face.
Why they say it correct? I don't want people to see my face. See,
Well,
I don't want you to see my
we
face.
have to show. We have to see your face.
Like a lot of people think that people like to take the microphones and speak or thing. I don't like
You
it.
need to move closer to me for them to see your face.
I don't want.
Away from this. Your fans are asking. Hey, there we go. There we
Come.
go. Look at that. Okay, you don't have to move so close to me. Look at let me see what you did. Let me see.
They'll be fine.
Oh, look how bright it is. Take. I don't want to see your face. Don't spoil our YouTube market too.
Some
They're there for you.
of us don't like it.
Next time you put your own
You say, oh, come on. No, that one is not the one that is in me. If I like, let me rub all the pancake in the world. Say, come on, say they want to meet you. No, don't meet me. No.
With special fares and 2-piece baggage allowance.
Before getting to the Premier
This
League.
guy sounds like
Abuja.
who was big to say? This guy sounds like am I on the right channel? No.
coming together to take us
Oh
far.
my
For more
gosh.
information, visit flysaa.com.
Yeah, I don't remember
or
what they got
Lagos
there.
office on 01-270-2681. The Abuja office on 09-290-0170. Or contact the nearest travel agent. South African Airways, bringing the world to Africa and taking Africa to the world.
That I can think of, whether it's in academia, healthcare, financial services, not one that does not have a human element.
I tell people this all the time.
Measure of subjectivity in presenting your case. What they say and how they interpret any objection you might have. You need to make sure that that person who is speaking, that sponsor, has your best interest at heart and has the power to get it, whatever it is for you, get it done behind closed doors.
Alright, cool.
Well, how do you get a sponsor?
I was expecting to hit 100, Chavo.
Types of currency.
It is something.
Currency and relationship currency. And blockchain is the currency that is generated by your delivering that.
Alright, guys, we're back in 30 seconds. Studio silence, please.
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is put on my radio for the simple reason it gets me started in the morning, energized for the rest of the day, keeps me going in the afternoon, and stays with me all through the night.
Or you might
Keep me
just read the
company,
news.
that is.
You don't need to
My
cue me in.
stereo,
You
my
can just read
guide,
the story and I'll take it from there.
98.1
I'll find
Smooth
it.
FM.
Studio is live. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We're talking sports inside of the locker room. It's part of Smooth Breakfast with Ayo
And Valentine.
here on Smooth 98.1. Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're streaming live on the show right now, so you can watch us and leave a comment in the live chat section. Just type in the search box Smooth 981 FM. The handle will pop right up on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and watch. On WhatsApp, we're at 0809-444-0981.
And on Twitter, we're at Smooth981 FM. You can use the hashtag LockerRoom981. You can also follow Tega Supreme.
That's
Yes.
right.
All right, now our next story is in football. One of the biggest stories on the weekend, well, from our end. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says top 4 race will go right down to the wire. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer believes the top 4 battle will go down to the wire after Arsenal beats Manchester United. I repeat, after Arsenal beats Manchester United to seize the initiative in the race for Champions League qualification. Please don't come for me, you United fans. The United boss said, and I quote, "It's very tight," when asked the comment of the race for the top 4. "I don't think nerves come into it yet. Spurs lost, we lost, and Chelsea drew. So it's going to go down to the wire the last few games. It's not very often you go to Arsenal and create 4 or 5 big chances that we did. They never had one really. They had a strike and a penalty, not too many chances. We created so many more chances today than when we beat them in the FA Cup. Sometimes it happens. We hit the woodwork twice and had 5 very big chances ourselves. Hello, Mourinho.
You lost. Solskjaer, you lost.
I will get to Solskjaer first, but before then, let me tell our viewers, you can catch the Premier League live match for free on Kwese Sports. All you need is your antenna, and then you tune into UHF 32. It's for free on Saturday at 4 p.m. That's where you can catch it. Or maybe if you're on the move and you can't tune into your TV, just go to your Play store or your app store and download Kwese iFlix so that you can catch one live match every Saturday at 4 p.m. for free. They showed the Newcastle Everton game when Everton was leading by 2-0.
Okay.
And then after halftime, Newcastle won the game by 3-2.
Wow.
Yes, so they have interesting matches like that. Make sure you don't miss it. Download Kwese iFlix on your phones. But now let's go to Solskjaer and his excuses. Okay, first things first, I'm going to say this. Arsenal pulled a miracle.
Yeah.
I did not expect them to do that.
They saw opportunities and used them.
But the thing about Manchester United, maybe they were celebrating PSG's victory, you know.
Yes.
You know, miracle in Paris, and then they left the anointing oil when in the dressing room. That's probably what happened, because I don't get it. They came into the game, Arsenal from the get-go were pressing Manchester United.
Yes.
You knew what they were coming for. They didn't want to sit back. And it's tricky for Arsenal. Arsenal is one of the teams. Arsenal has the least amount of clean sheets in the Premier League, apart from Fulham. And Arsenal did not concede a goal against high-scoring Manchester United. That's what's crazy. Arsenal goes into this game. I don't know what David De Gea was doing. I don't know if it's his village people that blew the whistle. I don't know what happened, but the ball was going to the left. David De Gea was on the right. Now he's saying the wind. It didn't look like that too much. It looked like you were not already going the wrong way, even before the ball came to you. And then the second one, I would say this: it was a soft penalty, very soft. But if you ask me, don't give the referee an opportunity to make a decision.
Yes.
I always say that. So if you're doing your defending, do your defending. But first of all, Fred should not be defending in the 18-yard box.
Yeah. Tell me, because it was smack dab in the middle. Like, where he does
sometimes all these attack-minded players, they don't really know how to defend, except it's set plays and they have to head the ball out. Yeah. But when an attack-minded player is tracking back to help in defensive area, he's most likely going to make a mistake. One hand on the shoulder, and something happened.
On their faces,
so he played. What it is was Xhaka played him. He just was it Xhaka or Lacazette? He just Lacazette. I think it was Lacazette. He just felt the touch on his back and he went down easy peasy. Very nice. And referee,
that's a nice way to fall.
Yeah, and referee, according to scripts, just called it penalty. And Aubameyang, who missed the last penalty that could have given Arsenal all 3 points against Tottenham, stepped up and took it. For me, that's confidence. For me, that's so that just took his confidence back. So Arsenal played. I wouldn't say Arsenal outplayed Manchester United. I'd say Arsenal managed their own game better than Manchester United managed their own game. Because truth be told, Manchester United created a lot of chances that they could have scored from.
That is the thing, Tega, because I saw the chances that they missed. They didn't make any. It didn't quite make sense to me. Why Lukaku, Pogba? Why would
they were still basking in the euphoria of winning in Paris?
It was the craziest thing, and Solskjaer was right. They did. The FA Cup that Manchester United beat Arsenal, they created less chances than they did yesterday.
You see?
And so this top four is going to go. Like he said, it's going to really go down to the wire. And sometimes it's moments like this game. Because think about it now. You had the opportunity to beat Arsenal and be contending for top 3.
Yeah.
And now you may be contending for top 6 because they're still going to play Manchester City. And in the derby, and Manchester City is trying to win the Premier League, so that's not going to be easy 3 points. So it's a tough one. So this is the Arsenal that and Arsenal that you beat, and Arsenal that you love to beat, and then in a game like this that determines who is going to be in top 4, you lose. So Arsenal is now 1 point behind Tottenham, who also lost over the weekend, and 3 points ahead of Chelsea, who may not even win their game in hand if they couldn't beat Wolves yesterday. So you're looking at it's important games like this they needed to win. They didn't win it. Sorry.
Unfortunately.
And you bet people are coming for Arsenal.
So many people.
Man,
So many
all right,
people.
so Tolu says Ole Gunnar was gone down by the Gunner yesterday,
Love it.
ending the unbeaten pride of Man U. And then Sheriff Oluwaleke Akínbíyì said,
Man U Makeyeti.
It's a Makeyeti.
Makeyeti. Unbeaten United, they heed to my advice and ate enough amala before coming to the Emirates. So they over 8.
And then Ade says, well, please say it again. Arsenal beat Man U. Please tell Ole to stop acting like Jose.
Exactly. All right, Biggie from K2 here says, oh, Tega Ogene Tega. When I be tell you, say Arsenal go beat Man U and also enter top 4. I say a fan running on the pitch at Aubameyang's penalty. You thought I was worshipping Bell? You don't see him. We are gunners. You're full of anointing.
I just like the way you read the first part, Ayo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try. Was it good?
When I've been tell you, say Arsenal go beat Man U. I like that. That sounds nice. Emma from Akoka sent in a message said, major key alerts from the homily at yesterday's mass. Wow. To err is the hair. To score is Shaka. Our goalkeeper is Leno Minau. We are the kings of the north. We remember Emirates is our dance floor. The Tega revolution against Ole was televised. Come on, you Gunners. What is this?
Please, next story.
Please, next story, I beg you. Now, Jurgen Klopp says nobody gets rid of Liverpool in the title race if they repeat the performance that brought Sunday's 4-2 victory over Burnley at Anfield. He said, and I quote, we have to make sure that we stay in the really interesting competition on top of the table, Klopp told the post-match news conference as it was held. And he said the message from today is that nobody gets rid of us if we play as we play today. We had the perfect mixture of fighting the opponents, fighting the circumstances, and playing football. That was really good.
Yes.
That's his judgment.
Yes. I think at the end of the day, they did the job. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the most confident performance that they could have because Burnley had chances, and I think just a little more quality, and maybe Burnley would have gotten better results against Liverpool. But what it is was that they did the job, and they are able to chase Manchester City. So it's still 1 point at the top between Liverpool and Manchester City. So it's a question of first to blink.
Yes.
But he should stop saying nobody should count us out. You were leading this league by 8 points. Stop bragging. You are now 1 point behind. You need to be humble. Sit down and be humble. Don't be talking anyhow.
And Tega's message to Jurgen Klopp will be delivered, hopefully. Allegri warns of UCL obsession before Atletico showdown. Juventus coach Massimiliano Allegri has warned against the Champions League becoming an obsession as his team desperately looked to overturn a 2-0 deficit against Atletico Madrid in the last 16-second leg in Turin on Tuesday. So I think expectations have been raised far too much and it has become an obsession, Allegri said of the elite European tournament. Playing a game like the one on Tuesday should be a pleasure and a joy. If Juventus go out, it won't be a failure. Since I arrived, the Champions League has always been an objective, but if people say that it's a failure if Juventus go out, that is not right.
Okay, if Juventus does not win the Champions League, it's a failure. Let's not even mince words. The Italian Serie A, the Scudetto it's like they make it in their backyard. So it's not like that's not a new trophy. The Coppa Italia is their own, well, their trophy to keep and to give out. But the UCL is the one they have been hunting for, which is why they kicked out a striker like Higuain and brought in Cristiano Ronaldo for the amount of money that they brought him in. So you're not telling me that they spent all that money and you will not win trophy for me. Nchakwa, you must win. You must get us the UCL or you are failed. F9. You will be sacked and somebody will be hired. Okay, you may not be sacked, but you are failed. So he should stop. I think what he's trying to do is ease the pressure on himself and on the team. But to say that it's not a failure, that's laughable. That's it. And so the good news for him is that in the past week people have scored 2 away goals and gone on to lose the tie. So that should give him more hope that the fact that they have two goals against you doesn't mean that you cannot win this tie.
Yes.
That's the hope he has.
Yes.
But to say that if they go out, it's not a failure, my friend.
I like that word, though, Chakwa.
Please, for our English-speaking listeners,
What does
doesn't
that mean?
chakwa mean?
Never.
All right, so that's from Tega Supreme. Now on YouTube, we have people joining us. Thank you very much for joining us. Just type in the search box if you're trying to find us. Smooth 91 FM Lagos. Emeka John, Dario Latunji, Shobi Oluatobi. They're all very happy, and Fabian as well. All happy they can see your face, Tega. Kesta.
Can I do a wave?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
glad she did.
Mhm.
So Kesta Okoye says, now I know the troublesome Tega always running down Arsenal. Make sure you analyze the annihilation of Man U yesterday. Well, she's done that. We'll come back to more messages right after this break. You're listening to The Locker Room here on Smooth Breakfast.
Oh, I like that we're getting messages on YouTube.
Yeah, so often interact. And
Hi, YouTube people.
I keep forgetting. Hi, people. Hi, let's see the names. Hi, Darren.
I will comb my hair next time for you.
Emeka John.
Eh?
Hi, Charles. Hi, Tunde. Hi, Leke.
Kesta.
Hi, Kester. Hi, Fabian.
Hi, Dari.
Hi, Oluwatobi. Hi, Daria. Hi, all of you. Thank you so much for watching and most importantly for commenting.
Yes.
From the good man Valentine here
From the good woman Ayo here.
and from the wonderful woman Tega.
Don't tell me like I'm not. You can't be selling me now. They'll not think I'm a nice person. I will try.
No, you just have to show yourself. Don't worry, your response has told them.
Nathan.
Okay, that's a good point.
Which one? This one?
That one. Tega noticed that.
Excuse me.
You see, Val, today is not so bad, even though you're feeling tired and not.
I know. It's just weird, like.
You're pumped.
This.
See me. I've become so interested in football now. Yesterday I went out and I was calling. Wait, what's the score now? What's the score?
Because you had to, I swear.
Oh, my friend Olive was with me. She was looking at me in shock. Like, I said,
Huh?
how did forget that one? Like, are you serious? I actually called him to check the scores.
How's she?
Okay.
What's she doing now?
She's okay. She's doing great. She produced her. She did her great her first for International Women's Day.
Oh, we don't have
Did this
WhatsApp.
production.
We do.
We do have WhatsApp.
Okay.
We have.
You see messages.
Yeah.
Don't read any story again. Just
Okay.
messages.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
As I've done
Is
the
it two?
Shinkafa with
Oh, I see what you did.
to wash shinkafa.
Ah, two. Oh.
Oh,
Very
nice one.
nice.
No, honestly, I love the banter on sports because people, sports is just like a religion. For some
Oh, no,
people.
just sports. Locker room. This is the
Locker
Oh, the
locker
locker
room.
room.
Locker room is
Oh,
special.
the locker
Special
room.
Special for locker
The
room.
messages are epic. Yeah.
I love the messages.
I love.
Thank you guys for, and maybe one day we'll give a prize for the funniest message.
I know,
of that
right?
day.
Now,
Actually,
here's the thing. I
That's
don't
the
need
way to
noise
start.
while I work. I need
That's
calm,
okay.
synergy to the rhythm
Okay.
of my hands when I design, like a friend. Help me set my
Let's see if we can take
rules, my friend.
YouTube
It's
first.
simple. If music is the food of the soul,
Sam, you
Yeah.
take a picture of me here
and
when we're
Sari's
done.
story was there, so she would just answer the one.
My
Sari
Should we
knows.
take Sari's story?
No, because
No,
there are
yeah.
comments about it, so she responds to the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just
There's
cover
comments
it.
about Sari.
Studio,
Don't-
mics are up. This is Smooth 98.1. We're sharing stories of sports inside of the locker room with Tega Supreme. So we have messages here on YouTube. Ayinla Tunde says hi to you all.
Ayinla
Yes, love your analysis. Keep it up. Thank you very much. And then Dario Latunji says Klopp is a choker. Mark my words, he will not win the EPL. No.
Don't say this close to him.
And then Kadri
Audrey
Adiroma.
says, Atega, please, what's your opinion on Sari? He's so stubborn and unable to capitalize on opportunities.
Ah. Let's just put it this way. The players, there are not many players that will be rooting. If he stays till next season, there will be another revolution at Chelsea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what's will happen.
Okay.
The players will just not play and then they'll have to fire him.
All right, so a message from WhatsApp. That Darlington from Apapa sent this one. It says, Tega. 2-0 Shinkafa with okra soup, the sweet too. Come wash them down with Arsenal malt. Very well. Funny.
Love it.
Yeah.
Chris here says the Gunners were kind of lucky against Ole. Tega was right about Tottenham and Sevilla. Sevilla was once topping the La Liga table sometime this season. Oh yeah, prayer point. May dash.
And then this one is from Ifoma from Ikoyi. He says, hi guys, be fair and square. Arsenal outplayed Man U yesterday, Stephanie. Yeah.
Tega
But
said
who
no.
won? Isaac from Ikeja says, if Aimba needs striker, please, we are willing to sell Lukaku.
It's
But
not
he
that
scored.
bad.
He scored before then.
He did,
Now
yeah, he did. They're still living
he
the
scored
spirit,
2
in the
in France.
PSG
So people
spirit.
have forgotten.
All right.
We
Tosin,
had a
Tosin.
question from Twitter. Well, that's about Tosin's one. No,
Okay.
Tosin says, Tega free Arsenal now. There was a game plan and they carried it out perfectly. And the fixtures till the end favors Arsenal a lot. Only if they mess up. As for Ole, he should wake up and get back to work.
But you're just saying what I just said. I said they manage their game better. That's just the difference.
Nathan Njoku says, Tega, did you notice a consistent international or intentional bad officiating by the EPL refs over the weekend?
Oh yes.
From Pickford to Jan
And
to
Neto.
Raheem. Yes.
It was horrible. And I say this, VAR will not help EPL.
Mm-hmm.
They will interpret it the way they want to interpret it.
Yeah. It's Burnley, the clear fouls that were ignored totally by the refs, they will still find ways to cheat VAR this season. He also says, I do not blame Dohe for the goal. If you saw the Liverpool game, you will understand just how windy it was. But when Klopp complained about the wind last time out, people said he was talking rubbish.
Sir!
Fred clearly swung his arm towards Lacazette for the clean shooter. All right, okay. All right, now we'll see this one from BA Hans. Thank you very much. It says, hello, Ayo and Val. All of a sudden, Arsenal fans can talk. But it's all right. Ole is still the best. Hi,
Be
Tega.
mind yourself.
And I still think Liverpool would win the EPL.
Oh.
And Angie says she loves Tega's analysis of sports. It makes her want to listen, even though she does not understand sports. Well done, Tega. You have a new fan in my wife.
Oh, thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful.
BA
Thank
is
you.
going very contrary. Number one, he thinks that that Arsenal, and then second, Liverpool is going to win the
Don't worry.
league. Really?
It's a tongue-in-cheek moment for him.
I
It's
hope
fine.
so.
Tega, thank you so much. Catch
Thank you,
Tega
Tega.
on social media, on Twitter precisely, at Tega Supreme. All right. Send her messages. If you want to find out about ladies in sports, just tweet at LIS International. Lagos, I and myself will be here till 9 o'clock and beyond for us, Lagos to talk. All right. So send in your messages on WhatsApp and also call us on 0144 89 981. Good morning.
Morning.